Okay, next day, we went ahead and did the mid-pipes already, equal length. Doesn't really require tune, but I also went ahead and did stage 1, and that was a pretty violent experience, pretty fun. But today, we are going to go ahead and start working our way towards a stage 2 kit. These are some GESI Catted Active Auto Works downpipes. I didn't want to go decat just because I don't want to throw codes, but also I don't like a much louder rasp that people have claimed. These came off a really good friend of mine's F80, so figured we'll try them out on my car. And then to deal with the charge pipes, plastic charge pipes that are known to crack, went ahead and picked up some upgraded charge pipes by Venturi. There's a lot of debate on whether to go silicone or aluminum for the heat soaking, but carbon fiber dissipates heat pretty well. And then there's also a myth, I guess, out there that these are prone to fail under boost, but after reaching out to Venturi, these have been tested up to 85 psi. So pretty happy about those. We'll go ahead and replace the charge pipes while we're doing everything to take off the pieces for the downpipe. So this is everything for the Venturi charge pipes. These are for the downpipes. We already have the mid-pipes installed, but I went ahead and just kind of slapped them on there. I didn't replace any of the gaskets. I just wanted to hear how it sounded, and because you didn't really need to tune, didn't worry about it too much. Just went ahead and used the old gaskets. So I wanted to save these. So these are gaskets, turbo, downpipe, mid-pipe, downpipe to mid-pipe, the new V clamps, new brace, new nuts and bolts, so that when we do the mid-pipe again, when we pull it out and replace it with the new gaskets, new hardware as well. These are some old clamps. Went ahead and bought some new clamps that connect the mid-pipes to the backbox. I have some extra heat tape here just in case for the O2 sensors, one-step holder plugs. We're going to go ahead and gap these properly. And then I have some titanium heat wraps for the downpipes. I know there's some debate about that as well, so I'll just see what we're going to plan on doing. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go get this plastic cover off, push pin right here, and 3 10mm in the back here on both sides. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. Okay, now that the covers are off, we're going to go ahead and remove this carbon fiber brace. We have 13 mils here, and the 3 in the back. 3 in the back here, 1, 2, 3. And I believe there's a 10 mil here for the expansion tank. And I think that's it. There might be an E10 here somewhere, but we'll find that as we go. So that's next up. Let's do it. Okay, now that we got the brace off, we're going to go ahead and lift this engine cover up. And then the next thing we're going to do is get the airbox out of the way so we can get access to the other cover and the O2 sensors, make our way down there. So I'm going to lift the engine cover up, take the MAF sensor off, unbolt the housing, pull the box out, and we'll go from there. Let's do it. Alright, so for the airbox, we're going to go ahead and take the MAF sensor off, which is right here. I have a flat head for that. And we're going to go ahead and take it off of these two right here, so you can use a flat head instead of taking this entire thing off. Just kind of separate the two here, pull it out, separate the two here, pull it out. And then there's a 6mm hose clamp or a flat head with an extension that you're going to need, and it's right in this area that you can see here. Once that comes off, the entire box can come out, and then you'll have access to that whole area. So now what we're going to do is, now that the airbox is out, I have some rags here. We're going to cover up all the holes. We're going to get the air box or intake box holes covered. So there's a rag for that, which I put in here. And then there's a rag. I just put it paper towel in there. We're gonna get the charge pipes out. It has 4 6mm bolts or a flathead to loosen the connectors here, right here. And then there's an E10 down below here. And then there's a cable, which is this cable right here. We're gonna go ahead and remove that cable so it doesn't get snagged when we pull the charge pipes off. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that the second engine cover's off, which is you just pop 4 corners, you can do spark plugs, which we are going to do, but we haven't gapped them yet, and we'll do it on the return. But here are your coil packs, and then 1-step coulter plugs, gap properly, and we'll have to look at that and put those in before we get the car all buttoned up. But the O2 sensor cable from the turbo, there's 4 clips that route, and there's the first one here and the second one in the back there. So we're gonna go ahead and pop those off, and then I believe everything on the top of the engine is done. Now we just gotta lift the car up and get the actual pipes out. Okay, so now we are done on top. We're gonna go ahead and get the quick jacks in place and get the car up so we can go and remove the mid pipe and remove the downpipe from below. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now that the car is up on quick jacks, we're gonna go down and undo everything we did just a few weeks ago for the mid pipe. This one we're gonna replace with all new gaskets that we had here. So again, they were temporary last time. I didn't really bother replacing gaskets. I'm sure I had an exhaust leak, but didn't throw any codes, so we're good here. But all new gaskets, nuts. I can't even focus on that. But yeah, we got turbo gaskets, new V clamps, the bracket for the mid pipe, yeah, and then new clamps here for the mid pipe to the back box. So all this is going to get refreshed. Here's the copper washers or nuts. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get that mid pipe Active AutoWorks equal length mid pipe out of the car. I'll get a GoPro under here so you can kind of see everything, just undo what we did. And then we're gonna go ahead and get that aluminum pan tray out. And that's a bunch of 8mm and 16mm. So just undo those and then we'll be ready to do the downpipes. Okay, so downpipe, and I don't have the mic, so I apologize, but we're going to go ahead through the engine mount, little hole here, and get that V-band clamp nut right there. It's on a 13, and the other one is right through here, right under there, and then there's 2 10mm right here, so these right here, that and that, and then that should be able to slide these guys out, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so downpipes are off, passenger side, driver side, fairly easy. V-band clamps were positioned in a place where we can actually get to it. So I think when you put your V-band clamps back on, just kind of rotate it to where you have some good access to it. And then we're going to transfer 1-to-1 so we don't get mixed up the upstream, downstream, and go ahead and put on this. And then I may actually just go ahead and wrap it because it actually has some good heat shielding on the downpipe itself. And then probably rewrap this in a heat shield so that it doesn't foul up. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and transfer that to the new downpipes and go ahead and wrap those and get them back on the car. Just do everything in reverse.
In order to get this tool on here, you have to remove part of this, so it's very simple. You snip this guy right here, and then with that off, you can slide this down and then put your tool on.
Alright, back on top, we're gonna go ahead and reconnect the O2 sensors, make sure they're rerouted correctly. Then we're gonna put the valve cover gasket on, or the engine cover first layer, and then we'll get to the charge pipe. Now we're going to put on the carbon brace, get those bolts back in, put the engine cover on, and we should be good to go.
I got a multi-map stage 2. Do not open closed doors.
Alright, we just finished tuning, and we're gonna go do the first startup, and hopefully no exhaust leaks, no check engine. Pray for me. Check engine lights. How we doing?
There's nothing there leaking.
It's not?
No.
Okay, I